Okay guys, I'm back on the channel now. My phone fell earlier, so I did a little bit of work, and I didn't finish it all, but I did a little bit. I got the one side clean, and I got the timing cover. If you want to see the timing cover, yeah. There's a timing cover on the. It's on the hood of the windshield of the truck. It's drying in the sun, and I'm painting the other side of the engine right now. The one side that's ready, then I'm gonna flip it back over on the other side, get it dry. And primered. I got fast drying primers, a filler primer, so it dries pretty fast. And then of course the Chevy Orange, like I said. And if you're new to the channel, this is Custom Rod Auto Repair. Uh, Doing my own stuff. This is the engine that I'm working on is going in my 91 Ford, which is right over there. And the motor that comes out of that is going to be rebuilt completely. Well, I got to see what damage is done to it first, and then rebuild it. It's going to be a complete overhaul on it because I know it needs it. There's over 300,000 miles on that engine alone, and the one I'm putting in is just barely over 120,000. And it's a newer block. It's still a 5.0, but it's a newer block. And then the 93 truck that's sitting here that I pulled the engine out of, eventually I'm going to do something with it. Nothing real quick because, well, I don't have the finances for it. But hey, that's my problem, not yours. Yours is just to watch the video. Let me get back over here. We're going to finish painting. It's not going to be perfect, but, you know, give it some color because this is all black underneath that hood and it looks like crap. And I'm not worried about the gasket surfaces because I got a buffer. I'm going to buff those back off. So there's paint on them, no big deal. I'm buffing them back off. We'll put gaskets on anyway. And by the way, I have chrome valve covers that are going back on this engine. I've had those valve covers for years. Never had the opportunity to put them on until now. So that's what I'm going to do when I get ready to put everything back on. Oil pan's already done. Oil pan is right there. It's already painted, ready to go. That had a lot of rust on it. This truck's been sitting for a while here at my house for a couple of years. And who knows how long it's been sitting at the person I bought it from. But the oil pan had been sitting so long that the factory paint was off of it and it just started filling in with rust. And I was able to buff it down and make sure there wasn't any pinholes in it or any major holes. It had pitting from the rust but no holes in it, so I think the oil pan is still good as far at this point. Eventually I might go with maybe a chrome one or something else. But it's solid right now. So let's get this motor flipped back over. It had a safety pin in, so it didn't roll around and sit here and spin around in circles. We get a lot of traffic through here. We get a lot of tractor trucks hauling logs, chips. There's a lot of logging up here. We get a few got a few hot rods in the area. There's a fella down the road here. He's got a black Ford like in the early 50s, and further down the road from him there's a fella that's got a early 50s Dodge. Both of them are trucks. Really nice looking. Sound good. Somebody back over this way. I don't know where down this way. That's always where it comes from. He's driving around in what looks like to me maybe a 40s or early 50s or mid 50s coupe. No top. I think it was green. Open engine compartment. Really nice looking car. Sounds good. Maybe one of these days when I'm out here, I can go drive by and you might be able to see him in a cameo or something. Alright, I'm going to buff this off right here with the wheel and tape it back up. This is the tape I'm using. It's ultra sharp lines, multi-surface, but it's not very good for metal. This wasn't the one I was looking for when I went to the hardware store, but it works. Freeze for right now. It's holding that phone up on the tripod now, so we'll see. One thing I noticed by using this tape, you gotta make sure your hands are clean, because like any tape, you get stuff on the back of it, they don't stick very well. Keep forgetting one of the policies I heard other YouTubers say is you can't have background music playing unless it's YouTube music, so I just turned my radio off. Just realized it. You'll probably hear my dog bark too here every once in a while. UPS man came a while ago. I forgot to lock the screen door, and he don't like anybody coming to the door. He even barks at me when I come home, but once he realizes who I am, he's like, oh, so he gets over it. But he jumped on the screen door and it opened up. Luckily, he didn't run out. The UPS, when my wife said he saw the UPS person run all the way back to the trip because he was barking, but the screen door scared him enough that he stayed in the house. Let's make it quieter without the music, but I like listening to music. I have something to listen to. Kind of breaks up all the noise from the cars. Now, my channel is not just about doing engines or working on my truck. It's also going to be about doing scale model cars. That's my hobby. I got tons of them. And the next one I'm working on, I'm going to work on when I get a chance. I'm waiting to get a spray booth first for it. Is a replica Murder Nova. If anybody knows who that is, you know what I'm talking about. You know he's got a black Nova. And I bought two. I bought a stock Nova. And so I can get the right body for the year model he has. And I bought a racing Nova so I can get the racing tires and the engine and all that kind of stuff to make it really nice. The only thing I haven't got is turbos. I gotta go get back on eBay and see if I can find some turbos, scale turbos to put on it. Once I get all the pieces, then I'll work on it and get my spray booth. Oh, we got a bumblebee visitor. They don't bother you too much unless you don't swat them. As long as you don't swat at them. You know what's dangerous in our area here at our house? Are the hummingbirds. You sit on the porch to watch them come to the feeder, and when they start fighting, they don't give a crap where they're flying at. They'll fly right by your head. I've had them come so close I felt the wings on my ears. And I'm afraid we're going to do that one day and they're going to end up poking somebody in the eye. Alright, so I got that taped off. Looks like this is all dry now. So we'll go ahead and put primer on it. This is the primer I'm using, Rust-Oleum filler primer. It makes this paint a little smoother looking. It's not really this cast block is pitted. All blocks are pitted when they cast, So you're not going to get this smooth unless you grind on it, and I'm not going to do that. Or aluminum block, which is smooth. Not too worried about the bolts neither, because one of these things will end up coming off anyway, so no point in it. Yeah, I know I should blow it all off with an air compressor with air. Well, I don't have one yet. It's coming. It's coming from the U.S. It'll be here next week. Then I can blow stuff off that has water that makes sure all the water's out of it. So I'm not really worried about that right now. This is just, it's mine. If I was doing for somebody else, then yeah, then I'd make sure it was all dry and perfect. But this is mine. Okay, so we're gonna let the paint dry, and once that's done, I'll start the video back up. I'm gonna turn the radio back on and sit here and go grab some lunch, maybe a beer.